Hey, Tanner James, DJ TJ with DJ TJ Training. This is the Peak Period Podcast, episode 29. And this is going to be a pretty cool episode. I'm going to talk about your attire as a DJ, your appearance, your look, all that kind of stuff in this podcast. So if you haven't listened to the other podcasts, they're really good. There's a lot of info. They're all generally about half an hour to an hour. If I have a guest on, it's usually about an hour or longer because, when somebody else is on the podcast, they bring a whole new dimension into the conversation, right? And we get to bounce ideas off each other. So those are a little bit longer. The ones of me are generally around 20 to 30 minutes. I try and keep those a little bit shorter, give you just what you need to know, give you some real practical tips that you can actually start using today, that you can implement today, right now, so that you can start growing your business. But today I want to go over some cool things about professionalism and with professionalism about your attire, your look, your appearance, because I think sometimes we overlook it. And I know I did for a long time. I think I knew I needed to look good and professional, but I didn't necessarily do it. And as funny as that sounds, I'll kind of go back over and tell you a little bit about me so that you know where I'm coming from. But when I started out DJing, I was, I was in high school. I was 16, and I was always professional. I was always a professional kid. I was always that kind of thing. That was never a problem for me. But it took me a little bit of time to realize that I should wear a suit. I always had nice shirts, and for weddings I would wear nice shirts, but I wouldn't have a suit jacket on. And I'm not, so that was kind of one of those things that once I made that transition, it really helped me grow my business. And so, I started when I was in high school, and I kind of grew slowly but surely and figured out, what's right and what's wrong and all that kind of stuff. And over time, I really realized that there were some things that, looking back, I wish I would have changed earlier. And so in an attempt to help you not make those same mistakes, I'm going to give you some tips today about making sure that you can not have those problems that I did, that kind of thing. So first, what we're going to do is talk about clothing. That's just going to be the first thing, and then we'll go over some other things as well. So clothing. At your events, what do you wear? And I know for me that was a big struggle for a long time, and I look out at DJs a lot, and it's really surprising. I just went to a club recently. I don't club too much. I work in the clubs, but I don't go out. And I did one time, and the DJ was it was a higher end club, and they would call it a lounge. It was a lounge, but he was just, the DJ there was like in a like 3-piece suit. Like he had the shirt, he had a nice shirt. I mean, he was dressed well. He had a nice shirt on. He had a interesting tie knot. That's really what I was surprised at. He was wearing all black, and then he had a white tie, and he had a very interesting knot. It was very intricate. It had like all the little twists and turns and all that. Not just a normal tie, or not just a normal knot on the tie, but very kind of twisting and turning and that kind of stuff. But he was wearing that, and then he had a vest on, and then he had a suit jacket, and he looked good. I mean, I would not say he didn't look good. I think he was a little overdressed for the situation. I think he could have been dressed down a little bit, but that's kind of the thing. So, my dad always told me when I was DJing, when I was starting out, that you can't be overdressed. And in high school I was kind of like, whatever, whatever. And the more and my point of view was, well, I'm a DJ, so I can be a step down. And now I grow up and I kind of understand what he's saying. And personally, I don't like to necessarily be on the same level as everybody else, right? So if everybody else is wearing tuxes, I'll wear a jacket and maybe a tie. But if everybody's wearing jackets, I'll wear a nice dress shirt. If everyone's wearing a nice dress shirt, I'll wear a casual dress shirt. If everybody's wearing casual dress shirts, I'll wear a polo. And I pretty much I stick with the polos. But why I say that is because if you go to a Sweet 16 and it's casual, it's not dressy, it's just a casual kind of party. You don't want to show up in a suit and tie, right? You don't. I mean, even a nice shirt is kind of one thing. So that's kind of the tricky thing, is you don't want to go too overboard, because if you go too overboard at a lot of different types of events, people may perceive that as you being dorky and you being a corny DJ, and you don't want that. And because being a DJ is cool, you want to be the cool guy. You want to be the cool guy. You want to be the hip guy, right? Or girl, whatever. You want to be fashionable. And girl DJs, female DJs get this. They have this down. So I'm more talking to the guys because I know I struggled with it for a long time. I am not too fashion forward. I'm good at putting things together, but I have my outfits and they're there. Like I am not the one that is super super fashion forward. And so one thing that I talk about is going and getting outfits, getting complete outfits. And I have a Men's Warehouse nearby, so I go there. I've kind of switched over to a Nordstrom and sometimes Macy's, but go into these stores, go into one of them, know that you're going to spend money, right? Walk in with the idea that you're going to spend money. Just have it down, right? Because you're going to spend money, and just tell them, I'm a DJ. I need cool outfits. If you're more daring, tell them that, because I'm not very daring. I don't like wearing the crazy colors. I can't do orange. I can't do like a crazy purple. It's just not me. I'm very conservative in that sense. So you need to go in there, talk to the sales associate because they will understand what you're talking about and say, I'm a DJ. I don't want to be too formal, but I want to have some cool, casual, nicer clothes. What do you suggest? Find a person and stick with that person. Okay, be loyal to that person. Go to that person for everything. And that's what I did. And what they start doing is they start helping you out. They will start getting you better deals. And so, I don't know what the store is near you. You find that store, you go in there and go from there. And, depending on your budget, I would say for one outfit, be ready to spend hundreds of dollars, maybe $500. Get a couple outfits for 6 or 7 or 800. And then you'll have a few. What I like doing is I'll get I think when I went in, I got 2 pants, a few different shirts, and then a jacket. So what this allowed me to do is have multiple outfits. And the pants I got chinos, so they're kind of the cotton dress pants. They're a little bit thicker. And you put those on, and then I got 2 of those. I got some gray ones and some tan ones. And then you get a few shirts, and now you have multiple outfits. And then you put the jacket on, you take the jacket off, you get a tie, you get a couple ties. Have the person that's helping you, have them tell you what you can and can't wear together, right? Take pictures of it. Say what matches, like what outfits go together. This way, when you're gonna go work, you can just say like, okay, I just need an outfit. You take it, you go, and that kind of thing. And that's really nice to have complete outfits ready for you. So do that, and then with that, you also want to make sure that you have nice shoes, make sure your belts match, and then I'm going to tell you something that I absolutely love. So I am like a crazy sweater. I sweat a lot, and it's kind of embarrassing. I've come to get used to it, but 2 things about this. One, I have this super crazy hardcore deodorant. It's called Certain Dry. It is absolutely insane. It burns when you put it on, but it works. You won't sweat. That's number 1. But number 2, I get these undershirts, and they're from Thompson T. And these t-shirts are absolutely amazing. They have padding in the armpit. So if you sweat, you need to get these. They will make your life. They are a lifesaver. I have multiple of them. They're amazing. So because you don't want to be the DJ who's all cool, he has cool outfits, everything's all good for him, everything's all cool, and then you have pit stains because that is not cool. So make sure that doesn't happen to you because you don't want that. But just have the whole outfit rounded out and you'll be good to go. So with that, make sure that you're dressed for the occasion, right? If it's a birthday party, you may not need to wear something crazy. A nice polo shirt is fine. But if it's a wedding, you may not want to show up in just a plain old polo shirt. Or something like that. So make sure that you're dressed to the occasion. Also, you are constantly making impressions on people. You're constantly making first impressions. If you're gonna meet with somebody, you're gonna make a first impression. If you're at an event, you're making impressions on people. And then whenever you post a picture on your account, you're making an impression. And if you use Instagram stories or Facebook or any of the story kind of platforms, you're making impressions on people. And with that, you want to make sure that you have it together. And I say this because I realized that I didn't have it together for a long time. I am naturally attracted to people with really white teeth. And I like, it's just one of those things that I'm attracted to. Well, I figure out that I notice that I'm attracted to people with white teeth, and then I look in the mirror and figure out that I have yellow teeth, and like my teeth are not white. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. I need to whiten my teeth. And so I like had to get my teeth whitened immediately. And so I ended up going out, getting my teeth whitened. I got Zoom whitening, and it was a lifesaver. It brings your teeth many shades whiter in like an hour, and then they give you retainers and some gel that whitens your teeth at home. And so I'm actually just doing another tube right now, the gel, and it really whitens your teeth extremely fast. And why I say this is because teeth are one of those things that you look at now, like that's one of the first things you look at, right? I mean, you look at them and you look at their teeth, and good teeth are very attractive, and bad looking teeth are not. And this isn't necessarily a braces thing, it's just a whiteness, right? If you just have white teeth, it makes your teeth look better. And if you have yellow teeth, it doesn't. And so just go out, get it, bite the bullet, buy once, cry once, and have your teeth whitened, because it will help you look better all around, right? When you're taking a picture for social media, it'll help you. You know, I always talk about posting pictures of your events on social media. It'll help you when you post that picture. If you're on your Instagram story, it'll help you look better. When you're meeting people at, you know, a Starbucks location to go over details about somebody's wedding, it'll help you. When you meet new people, when they come up and request a song, you want you want that to be good. You want to smooth that out. You want to make sure that that's all good. So whiten your teeth, make sure your teeth are white. And, you know, one of the things is like, if you struggle with like, you don't like the way your teeth are lined up, right? You want to get braces, right? I mean, like just do it. Like, don't sit and hate your teeth every single day. Just go get braces, right? Like it's so affordable nowadays. Don't hate your teeth every single day. Just go fix it, right? Go fix it, get your teeth whitened, and you will have so much more self-confidence, which means then you can go into events more self-confident, and you can just be happier. And you know, I just did a video about smiling at events. You can smile at events, you'll actually be happy, you'll be excited, everything's gonna be cool. That kind of thing is really important. So whatever it takes for you to get to the top of your level, to be happy with yourself, to be confident with yourself, to be excited, you have to do it. And then another thing, and this is something, again, see, I'm speaking from personal experience. You know, it may seem like I'm shooting you down, but because you match up with all these things, but this is exactly what I had wrong with me. And it's about your face and pores and acne. And, you know, now I don't have too bad of acne, but what I have are blackheads. And I have blackheads all around my nose. And while you probably can't see it on camera, or you can't hear it right now, you know, right around my nose, it's bad. And so what I'll have to do is I get these little strips, and you wet your face, you put the strips on, and then you let it dry for like 20-25 minutes, and then you pull it off, and it pulls out all the blackheads. And I'll even do masks. And as feminine as that sounds, you have to do it, because again, people are coming up to you, and they're talking to you, and they're seeing you, and they're up close and personal, and they want to come up and request a song, and they're up close to you. You don't want them to be turned off. Even if you're not interested in them like that, you don't want to turn them off, because you don't want that. You don't want them to be like, oh yeah, that DJ with the blackheads, you know, or whatever. You just want a good, solid experience. And sometimes it's the small things that make the big difference. So definitely just go buy. I mean, it's like the masks are like $3, okay? Crazy affordable. And that kind of stuff is just huge. So I'm going to cut this podcast kind of short, but again, look, be professional, look professional, have the right appearance. It just, you know, with clothing, be professional. And if you don't know, go ask somebody and help them. Look, I mean, getting somebody like at Nordstrom or Macy's or Men's Warehouse, or, you know, wherever you go, to be like your personal person, it's pretty helpful. I mean, that is like, you tell them, I mean, every single time I go into my girl who helps me, I literally end up walking out with twice as much stuff as I need. And the reason is because I trust her, and I say, look, what do I need? what's the cool thing for this season? I need a jacket. What should I get? And she gets me a jacket, and then she gets me this and gets me this, and she's like, look, this is really cool. And I have a girl who is really helpful with me, and she will tell me, look, I'm not trying to upsell you, but these pants are like, they're done. So if you want them, I mean, you should get them now. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to, I don't know. I don't think I need them. And she's like, okay. And then like, she comes back around. She's like, look, you need the pants. What I'm going to do is work it in so that you only pay, a certain amount, and you're going to get a crazy good deal, but I want to make sure that you have them. And she's kind of like my mom, how like moms like will say like, oh, okay, if you want this, whatever. And then you're like, yeah, no, it's fine. And they're like, okay, no, you need it. like they're so straight up on you, and they're like, no, that's not how it's going to be. You need this. That's how she is. And I come to appreciate it with her, because she is very, very helpful in that sense. She makes sure that I'm not looking dorky. I'm not out there DJing and being dorky. So, but make sure that when you go in and talk to somebody like that, tell them who you are, why you're doing it, because they may assume that you're just doing it for business, and they may give you something that may not be exactly right. You go and tell them you're a DJ, you want to be cool, you want to be hip, you want to be fashionable, you want to be cool. You don't want it to be like too professional, but you want it to still be professional enough to be cool. And tell them what kind of events you do. I tell them, look, I do corporate events, I do weddings. I want to make sure that I am professional. So make sure that you go in, look, you're going to spend money, okay? You're going to do it. And as crazy as it sounds, spend the money. It will come back to you, okay? Trust me, every single time I didn't think it was true. It happens, okay? Spend the money. It will come back to you. Before you know it, it's going to come back, and you're going to be good to go. It's the small things that make the difference, okay? Trust me on that. So, make sure that you're professional. Make sure that you're dressed to the occasion. Make sure you're not overdressed, but make sure you're not underdressed as well, because that can be pretty bad. I was just at an event. I'm like, oh, no, that guy's way too underdressed. No. And I felt so bad for him. But sometimes it's that kind of thing. So make sure that you're dressed appropriately. Not overdressed, not underdressed. Make sure that you are hip, that you're not wearing clothes that are too old. Make sure that the clothes that you have fit. Okay, if they don't fit, or if you're questionable, if you're questioning it, you need new clothes. So go get new clothes. It'll make you feel much more confident. It'll make you walk into events differently. It'll make you excited for the events, all that kind of good stuff. That'll be really, really helpful. And if you don't have the money, find the money and go invest in clothing, because it's one of those things that will help you out. The money will come back to you, because if there's another DJ who isn't as well dressed and you who is well dressed, people will pay for the person who is well dressed. I know a really good wedding planner, and she was saying that she is more attracted to DJs who are dressed well than DJs who are not dressed well. And the DJs who are dressed well are sometimes much worse than the underdressed DJs. And somehow she is more attracted to those DJs, not sexually, but just, she gets pulled into the DJs who are well dressed, who are subpar with their DJ performances, versus DJs who are underdressed, who are great DJs. So sometimes just make sure that you're dressed well and that you have great performances and you are good to go. So altogether, make sure you're dressed well. Make sure that you have white teeth. Make sure that you have clean pores. Make sure that your face is nice and smooth. And I promise you that you will start growing your business. You'll start booking more gigs. You'll make money. You'll make 20x your money that you spent on that face strip or whatever it is. My name's Tanner James, DJ TJ with DJ TJ Training, the Peak Period Podcast. Thank you for checking out this week's podcast. Make sure you go check out the other podcasts in this series. We're on 29, so that means there are 28 other awesome podcasts that you can listen to on iTunes, on YouTube, or you can stream it on our website, DJTJTraining.com. Man, it's all messed up today. And make sure you subscribe on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. Make sure you hit them all. I really appreciate it, DJ TJ Training. And you will get so much value out of adding us on those. So thank you for checking out the podcast, and I will be back next week.